Hello, and welcome everyone to this wonderful podcast. Through here, Colin, Ryan, and a cameo appearance by myself will take you on a magical journey through the life of Thomas Jefferson. You might be wondering, why do a podcast on such an old figure? But Ryan and Colin have put together an amazing piece for you, something you'll never forget. A journey through self-awareness of the American Revolution and the journey for independence. Now you might be thinking, how did they get such a fabulous movie star like myself to one of these podcasts? Well, I wanted to be in it myself. It took hard work, many auditions, blood, sweat, and tears, but here we are. Thank you, everybody, for sitting down and watching this podcast. And through this journey and my wonderful cameos, you will be taken on a magical quest through the art of Thomas Jefferson and the journey for independence. Please sit back and enjoy. Thank you.
Get out of here. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our hit new podcast, What's Up With That President? The show where we analyze past presidents' lives and see how they affected America.
Today we are joined by Thomas Jefferson, the J-Man, J-Money.
Also known as the third president.
Without further ado, Thomas Jefferson. Hello, I'm Thomas Jefferson. You may know me as the third president of these here United States, but my life was filled with many, many accomplishments. Before we dive into all those, we should start with my childhood. I was born on April 13th, 1743, at a homestead called Chadwell, Virginia. This plantation was established by my father after buying 1,000 acres of land in the Virginian countryside. My father, Peter Jefferson, and my mother, Jane Rudolph Jefferson, gave birth to 10 children, including myself. After only 9 years of my life, my father sadly passed away. I was left without a mentor or friend to guide me through life and was left to pave my own way in a dangerous world by the age of 16. That was when I wanted to make my own destiny. At 16, I sent a letter to my father's executor, John Harvey, asking if I could leave the plantation and go to college.
Hello, Thomas. So, you want to go to college?
Yes, I do. Did you receive my letter?
Yes, I did. But I don't understand why you want to leave.
Mr. Harvey, if I were to stay here, my horizons would be limited. I wouldn't be able to achieve my full potential, with which I've been urging to achieve.
Where were you thinking of going, and for what?
I want to go to the College of William and Mary in Williamsburg. I don't quite know what I'll study, but I shall get a more universal acquaintance, which may hereafter be serviceable to me.
Fine, if you must.
It took me 2 years to graduate college. However, I did not receive a degree in anything because I was not eligible. After graduation, I studied law for 5 years with my lifelong friend, George White. Soon after that, at age 27, I was told I had inherited Shadwell from my father. I went back to Shadwell to man the company of producing crops such as tobacco. In addition to being inherited the land, I was inherited the many slaves living on the plantation. Even though I would have to take my family's plantation management seriously, I dedicated more time to politics once I was elected to the Continental Congress in 1775. Within the next year, tensions between Britain and the colonies increased, causing the Continental Congress to act. Now, in 1776, I was finishing up with writing the Declaration of Independence at a meeting at Independence Hall in Philadelphia.
Thomas, how is that paper coming?
You mean the Declaration, Mr. Franklin?
Oh, right, that.
It's going well. I just finished writing the list of complaints against the king.
That sounds excellent, but what will we call this declaration for our independence?
How about the Declaration of Independence?
Great idea. On July 4, 1776, my recently written paper, the Declaration of Independence, was signed by representatives from all colonies at Independence Hall in Philadelphia. I wrote the Declaration for many reasons, but one key one was because I believed that America should have a voice and people should begin to recognize themselves as American. Following the victory of the colonies in the American Revolution, I was named the ambassador to France and traveled over to France in 1784. Once I got there, even though I didn't understand the language entirely, I instantly fell in love with the country and the people. During my time in France, I met people like Marquis de Lafayette, who shared my ideologies for the public to have their own representation. In 1789, French rebels stormed the Bastille, overtaking the French monarchy. I then tried to help Lafayette form the Declaration for the Rights of Man and of the Citizen. Go.
Well, Tommies, what do we do now? Our people have taken steps towards freedom, but they need something to help them out.
What you need to do is write a declaration of your own.
But what will we call it? You already have the Declaration of Independence.
I must ask ye, what about the Declaration of the Right of Man and Citizen?
Great idea.
I'll try to get American forces to France to help out.
Thank you for your help.
As I tried to receive help from the American government, I could not sway George Washington as he sided with
Alexander Hamilton
in favor of not sending troops. Once I returned to the colonies in 1790 after my spell in France, I was chosen by George Washington to be his first Secretary of State. As the Secretary of State, I was in charge of foreign affairs. This is how I was in position to try and convince the President to help France. Soon after my return, I met the Secretary of Treasury,
Alexander Hamilton.
We differed severely in ideologies. Alexander, I don't understand what you find wrong with agriculture in our nation.
Industry is the future. Why live in the past when we can progress our nation to the future?
I understand that industry is the future, but why change agriculture if it's working out for us now? Resorting to industry would tear apart families and affect people of the southern colonies with their businesses.
Actually, your business in the South is slavery, not agriculture.
I just don't think, as a nation, we are ready. Once Washington decided to stop running for presidency in 1796, I abandoned my post as Secretary of State to run for president. I decided to run because without Washington in the picture, there was a chance for me to win and be able to execute my rejected ideas. Unfortunately, I was runner-up, making me the vice president of John Adams. I did not give up on my pursuits of the presidency, however. Because I decided to run again in 1800, the election was very eventful in the decision of who was president, either me or Aaron Burr. The electoral votes were tied at 73, and it would come down to the vote by the House of Representatives.
Yo, man, I just want to say whatever happens, good campaign.
It's only good if I win.
Oh, please, everyone. Stop it. Hello. Hi. Alright, simmer down. Simmer down, everybody. Come on. Simmer down, please. Please, everyone. Everyone, please. Can we get back to politics? Please. Alright, the results are in. You have all voted, and the time is now. The winner of the election of 1800 is Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson has won, everybody.
Now, I have the power to put my ideas into action.
Hey, I may not have won, but at least I'm your vice president.
You know, I don't want someone like you as my vice president. How about I change the rules so that the president chooses his vice president? At the next election of 1804, I once again ran for president. This time, the 12th Amendment specified a separate vice presidency vote so that the position no longer went to second place. I would go on to win this election and seal my second term as president. During my presidency, I enhanced our nation's trade network by changing the unfair laws Britain set to try to restrict trade in the colonies. I also helped lower tensions between France to strengthen foreign affairs. In addition to those, I organized the Louisiana Purchase, which would double the size of America. Despite this land expansion going against the Constitution and my beliefs, I knew it would be the best for the nation and for the future. After my presidency ended in 1809, I began to find it difficult to man my plantation in Monticello. I handed over the property to my grandson in 1815. I stayed in Monticello from then until my death on July 4th, 1826.
That was a very interesting video.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. We saw Thomas Jefferson develop as a character and invest more into the future, disregarding his present ideologies.
Yeah, like in the Louisiana Purchase, that was really shown.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't what he wanted, but he knew that he needed to do it for the future of America.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that's a wrap for
It is.
our first episode of What's Up with That President.
We bid you farewell, Thomas.
Well, Melman, there you go. Bless up!
Yes, I do.